My friend, sit with me for a few minutes. Let me tell you something that changed the way I look at life forever. Let me tell you something that most people never hear until it is too late. Your mind can be your best friend, or it can be your worst enemy. And the strange part is, you get to choose which one it becomes. Right now, today, in this very moment, you are either building yourself up or tearing yourself down with your own thoughts. There is no middle ground. There is no pause button. Your mind is always working, always creating, always shaping the life you are about to live. So let me ask you something. When was the last time you woke up and felt truly excited about your day? When was the last time you looked in the mirror and believed, deep in your bones, that something great was coming for you? If it has been a while, do not worry. You are not broken. You are not behind. You simply have not learned the one secret that changes everything. That secret is called a positive mental attitude. I am here today to walk you through it, step by step, the same way I have studied it for my entire life. I spent years talking to men and women who rose from nothing and became something incredible. And every single one of them, without exception, shared one thing in common. It was not luck. It was not money. It was not who their parents were. It was the way they controlled their own mind. Let that sink in for a second. The way they controlled their own mind. You see, most people think success comes from the outside. They think it comes from a lucky break, a rich uncle, a perfect opportunity that falls into their lap. But I have seen the truth, and the truth is much simpler and much more powerful than that. Success starts on the inside. It starts with the thoughts you allow to live in your head every single day. Here is something I want you to understand clearly. Your mind does not know the difference between a thought you truly believe and a thought you just keep repeating. If you tell yourself every day that you are weak, that you are unlucky, that good things never happen to you, your mind will believe it. And once your mind believes something, it will work day and night to make it true. It will find every reason to prove you right. But here is the beautiful part. This works the other way too. If you tell yourself every day that you are capable, that you are strong, that good things are coming your way, your mind will believe that instead. And it will start working day and night to make that true as well. Your mind does not care which story you feed it. It only cares that you feed it something, and then it goes to work building your life around that story. This is why a positive mental attitude is not just a nice idea. It is not just something we say to feel better for 5 minutes. It is one of the most powerful tools a human being can ever use. It can lift you out of poverty. It can heal a broken heart. It can turn a failure into a lesson, and a lesson into a victory. It can take an ordinary person and make them unstoppable. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. You are thinking, that sounds nice, but my life is hard. I have real problems. I have bills to pay, people who let me down, dreams that seem to be slipping away no matter how hard I try. I understand. I am not asking you to pretend your problems do not exist. I am asking you to change the way you look at them. There is an old truth that has never failed a single person who understood it. Every difficulty carries within it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. Read that again. Every difficulty carries within it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. This does not mean bad things are secretly good. It means that inside every hard moment, there is a lesson, a strength, or an opportunity waiting to be found, but only if you are willing to look for it. Let me tell you about a man I once knew. He was not famous. He was not rich. He worked in a small factory, doing the same task every single day for years. One day, the factory closed, and he lost his job overnight. He had a family to feed and almost no savings. Most people in his situation would have fallen into despair. And for a few days, he did. But then something shifted inside him. He remembered something important. He remembered that his mind was the one thing no one could take away from him. His job was gone. His paycheck was gone. But his mind, his thoughts, his ability to choose how he responded, that was still fully his. So he made a decision. Instead of asking, Why did this happen to me? He asked a different question. He asked, what can I do now that I could not do before? That one shift in thinking changed everything. He realized he finally had time to learn a new skill he had always wanted to learn. He started small. He practiced every single day, even when he was tired, even when he doubted himself. Within a year, he had built a small business doing something he actually loved. He later said that losing his job was the best thing that ever happened to him, because it forced him to discover strength he did not know he had. This is the power of a positive mental attitude. It does not remove your problems. It changes what you do with them. Now, I want to talk to you about something very important. A positive mental attitude is not the same thing as pretending everything is perfect. It is not fake smiling when your heart is breaking. It is not ignoring your problems and hoping they disappear on their own. That is not positivity. That is denial, and denial will never build a strong life. Real positive thinking looks your problem straight in the eye and says, I see you, and I am still going to find a way through. It is honest. It is brave. It does not run from pain. It walks through pain with purpose. Think about a small seed buried under the ground. From the outside, it looks like nothing is happening. It looks stuck. It looks buried and forgotten. But underneath the soil, that little seed is working. It is pushing roots down and a stem up, fighting against the darkness, reaching toward the light it cannot even see yet. One day, without warning, it breaks through the surface and becomes a tree that can stand for 100 years. You are that seed right now. Maybe you feel buried. Maybe you feel stuck. Maybe you feel like nothing good is happening in your life. But underneath the surface, if you keep believing, if you keep pushing, something powerful is forming. Do not judge your growth by what you can see today. Growth happens in the dark before it ever appears in the light. Let us talk about another key piece of this puzzle, something I call the power of a clear purpose. Most people wander through life without ever deciding exactly what they want. They float from one day to the next, hoping something good will happen, but never actually deciding what that something is. And because they never decide, their mind has nothing solid to aim for. A ship without a destination cannot sail toward anything. It just drifts, pushed around by every wave and every storm that comes its way. Your mind works the same way. If you do not give it a clear target, it will drift too. It will be tossed around by fear, by doubt, by other people's opinions, by whatever emotion is strongest in the moment. But the second you decide, truly decide, what you want out of your life, your mind stops drifting and starts aiming. So I want you to ask yourself a simple but powerful question right now. What do I actually want? Not what your parents want for you. Not what your friends expect from you. Not what looks good on social media. What do you deep down truly want your life to look like? It does not have to be some giant, complicated dream. It can be as simple as wanting to feel proud of yourself when you go to bed at night. It can be wanting to build a small business, or finish your education, or become a better parent, or simply become a calmer, stronger version of yourself. Whatever it is, once you decide it clearly, write it down. Say it out loud. Make it real in your mind. When your purpose is clear, your positive mental attitude has something to hold on to. Without a clear purpose, positivity becomes empty energy with nowhere to go. But with a clear purpose, that same energy becomes a rocket, pushing you forward every single day. Now let us talk about something people often forget, and that is the power of the words you speak to yourself. Every single day, you have a conversation running inside your head. Most people never even notice it, but it is happening constantly. This conversation is either lifting you up or pulling you down. It is either saying, I can do this, I am capable, I am growing, or it is whispering, I always mess things up, I am not good enough, this will never work for me. Here is the truth. Whatever you repeat to yourself long enough becomes your identity. If you constantly say, I am so lazy, your mind will start acting lazy to match those words. If you constantly say, I always fail at things, your mind will start finding ways to fail, just to keep that story consistent. Your inner words are not just comments, they are instructions. Your mind takes them seriously, even when you say them as a joke. So starting today, I want you to become the guardian of your own words. Catch yourself the moment you start speaking negatively about who you are. And gently, without shame, without beating yourself up, change the sentence. Instead of saying, I always fail, say, I am learning, and every attempt makes me stronger. Instead of saying, I am not smart enough, say, I am capable of learning anything if I stay patient with myself. This is not about lying to yourself. It is about being fair to yourself. Most people are far more patient and kind with strangers than they are with themselves. You would never scream at a small child for making a mistake while learning to walk. You would encourage them. You would say, try again, you are doing great. Give yourself that same kindness. You deserve it just as much as anyone else does. Now, let us talk about failure, because no conversation about a positive mental attitude is complete without talking honestly about failure. Failure is not the villain most people believe it to be. Failure is a teacher. It is often a harsh teacher, but it is one of the most honest teachers you will ever meet. Every person who has ever built something great in this world has failed many times before they succeeded. The difference between someone who eventually wins and someone who gives up is not that the winner failed less. It is that the winner refused to let failure become the final answer. Imagine a small child learning to walk. That child falls down again and again and again. Sometimes they cry. Sometimes they get frustrated. But they never once decide, walking is not for me. I guess I will crawl for the rest of my life. They keep trying because deep inside, something tells them that walking is possible, and they simply have not gotten it right yet. Somewhere along the way, as we grow older, many of us lose that childlike persistence. We start believing that failing at something means we are not meant to do it. But that is one of the biggest lies a person can believe. Failing at something simply means you have not learned it yet. It does not mean you never will. I want you to remember this every time life knocks you down. Every failure is bringing you closer to your success, as long as you refuse to quit. The person who fails 10 times and tries an 11th time is far closer to success than the person who never tried at all. There is a certain kind of magic that happens inside a person who decides to keep going no matter what. This magic is called persistence, and it is one of the most underrated powers a human being can develop. Persistence is not about being loud or aggressive. It is quiet. It is steady. It is the simple decision to keep showing up day after day, even when you do not feel like it, even when no one is clapping for you, even when progress feels painfully slow. Persistence is choosing to plant one more seed, even when the last 5 seeds did not grow the way you hoped. Think about water. Water is soft. It has no sharp edges. If you press your hand against it, it moves out of the way instantly. And yet, given enough time, water can cut through solid rock. Not because it is strong in the way rock is strong, but because it never stops. Drop after drop after drop, the water keeps moving, keeps flowing, keeps pushing forward, until one day the rock itself gives way. You do not need to be the loudest or the most talented person in the room. You simply need to be the one who refuses to stop. Talent without persistence fades away, but persistence, even with average talent, eventually breaks through almost anything. Now, I want to talk about something deeply connected to persistence, and that is faith. When I say faith, I am not only talking about religious faith, although that can certainly be part of it for many people. I am talking about a deeper kind of faith, the kind that lives inside your own belief in yourself and in the process of life itself. Faith is trusting that your effort matters, even when you cannot yet see the results. Faith is believing that the sun is still there, even on a cloudy day when you cannot see it. Without faith, positive thinking becomes fragile. It breaks the moment things get hard. But with faith, positive thinking becomes powerful, because it is rooted in something deeper than your current circumstances. Faith says, I may not understand why this is happening right now, but I trust that if I keep doing what is right, keep working, keep growing. Things will eventually make sense. Have you ever planted a garden or watched someone else plant one? After the seeds go into the ground, nothing visible happens for days. If you dug up the soil every single day to check on the seed, you would actually destroy its chances of growing. The seed needs darkness, patience, and time before it shows any sign of life on the surface. Your dreams work the same way. After you plant them, through your daily actions and decisions, there will be a period where nothing seems to be happening. This is the most dangerous time for most people, because this is exactly when they give up. They dig up the seed too early, convinced that nothing is growing, when in reality, the roots are forming exactly as they should. Faith is what allows you to leave the seed buried long enough for it to grow. Faith is what stops you from digging it up in a moment of doubt. If you can hold on to faith during the quiet, invisible stage of growth, you will eventually see the harvest that faith was preparing for you all along. Let us now talk about something very practical, something you can start doing today, right after this video ends. I call it the practice of daily self-discipline. A positive mental attitude does not survive on its own. It needs to be fed, protected, and strengthened every single day, just like a muscle in your body. If you go to the gym once and then stop, your muscles will not stay strong. In the same way, if you think positively for one day and then let negativity flood back in, your mental attitude will not stay strong either. This is why self-discipline matters so much. Self-discipline is the daily choice to protect your mind from things that weaken it, and to feed your mind with things that strengthen it. It might sound simple, but simple does not mean easy. It takes real effort to guard your thoughts every single day. Start small, every morning, before you check your phone. Before you scroll through anything, take just a few quiet moments to remind yourself of your purpose. Say to yourself, "Today I choose to move forward. Today I choose to see opportunities instead of obstacles. Today I refuse to let small setbacks control my mood." Throughout your day, pay attention to the thoughts that try to pull you down. When you notice a negative thought creeping in, do not panic and do not fight it with anger. Simply notice it and gently replace it with a stronger, more hopeful thought. This is a practice, not a one-time fix. Some days will feel easier than others, and that is completely normal. At night, before you go to sleep, take a moment to think of at least one good thing that happened during your day. It does not have to be huge. It can be as small as a kind word from a stranger, a moment of laughter, or simply the fact that you kept trying even when it was hard. This simple habit trains your mind to search for good things, instead of automatically searching for what went wrong. Over time, these small daily habits build something incredibly powerful inside you. They build a mind that naturally leans toward hope instead of despair, toward possibility instead of fear. This is not something that happens overnight, but it is something that happens surely for anyone willing to practice it consistently. Now I want to speak directly about the people around you, because who you spend your time with has a massive effect on your mental attitude. Imagine you are trying to keep a small fire burning. If you surround that fire with wet, damp wood, it will struggle and eventually go out, no matter how hard you try to keep it alive. But if you surround that same fire with dry, strong wood, it will grow bigger and brighter with very little effort at all. Your mind is that fire. The people you spend the most time with are the wood you are feeding it. If you are constantly surrounded by people who complain, who criticize your dreams, who tell you that things never work out, your fire will struggle to survive, no matter how strong your own thinking is. But if you surround yourself with people who encourage growth, who believe in effort, who lift each other up instead of tearing each other down, your fire will grow stronger almost naturally. This does not mean you need to cut off everyone who is going through a hard time or feeling discouraged. Compassion still matters deeply. But it does mean you should be aware of who you allow to speak into your life on a regular basis and how much weight you give their words. Protect your mind the way you would protect something precious. because it is precious. Let us talk now about action, because thinking alone, without action, is like a car with a full tank of gas but no engine. It has potential, but it goes absolutely nowhere on its own. A positive mental attitude is meant to lead you toward action. It is not meant to be a comfortable place where you sit and simply feel good while your life stays exactly the same. Real positive thinking pushes you to get up and do something, even when that something is small, even when that something is imperfect. Many people wait for the perfect moment to start chasing their dreams. They wait until they feel fully ready, fully confident, fully prepared. But I have to tell you something important. That perfect moment almost never comes. Confidence is not something you wait for before you begin. Confidence is something you build by beginning, even while you are still afraid. Think about learning to ride a bicycle. No one feels confident the very first time they sit on that bike. Their legs shake. Their balance feels completely off. But they push the pedal anyway, and they wobble, and sometimes they fall. And slowly, ride after ride, their confidence grows, not because they waited for it, but because they built it through action. Your dreams work exactly the same way. Do not wait to feel ready. Start wobbling. Start falling if you have to. Every attempt, no matter how imperfect, is building the confidence you are waiting to feel. Waiting for confidence before you act is backwards. Confidence is the result of action, not the reason for it. I want you to remember something important right now. You do not need to see the entire staircase in order to take the first step. You only need enough courage to take one step at a time. One small action today, repeated consistently, will take you further than a giant plan that never actually gets started. So ask yourself right now, what is one small step I can take today toward the life I truly want? It does not need to be big. It only needs to be real. Maybe it is sending one message, learning one new skill, saving a small amount of money, or simply speaking to yourself with more kindness than you did yesterday. Whatever it is, do it today. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Now let me share something deeply important about setbacks, because even with the strongest positive attitude, life will still bring you difficult days. This is simply part of being human, and no one, no matter how successful they are, escapes hardship completely. When a setback happens, and it will happen, I want you to remember this. A setback is not a signal to stop. It is simply a signal to adjust. Think of a sailor crossing the ocean. Storms come. Winds shift direction. Sometimes the sailor is pushed far off the original course they had planned. But a wise sailor does not throw their hands up and abandon the entire journey the moment a storm appears. They adjust their sails, they steady the ship, and they continue moving forward, even if the path looks a little different than they originally imagined. Your journey through life will include storms too. Some will be small, like a disappointing day at work. Some will be larger, like the loss of a job, a broken relationship, or a dream that seems to be falling apart. In these moments, your positive mental attitude is not going to erase the pain. It is going to give you the strength to adjust your sails instead of abandoning your ship completely. This is where so many people give up too early. They hit one storm, one hard season, and they decide the entire journey was a mistake. But the truth is, storms are simply part of every meaningful journey. The people who eventually reach their destination are not the people who never faced a storm. They are the people who kept adjusting, kept steering, and kept believing that calmer waters were still ahead. I also want to talk to you about comparison, because comparison is one of the fastest ways to destroy a positive mental attitude. In a world where you can see everyone else's highlight moments, it becomes incredibly easy to feel like you are falling behind. You see someone else's success, someone else's happy moments, someone else's achievements, and a quiet voice inside you whispers, "Why not me? What is wrong with me? Why am I so far behind?" I want you to understand something clearly. You are not behind. You are simply on your own timeline. Every single person's journey unfolds at a different pace, shaped by different starting points, different challenges, and different paths. Comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20 is not fair to you, and it is not accurate either. Think about a garden with many different plants. Some plants grow tall within a few weeks. Others take months, even years, before they show any visible growth above the soil. But that does not mean the slower growing plant is broken or worthless. Some of the strongest trees in the world take decades to grow into their full strength, while some fast-growing plants wither away just as quickly as they appeared. Your timeline is your own. Stop measuring your worth against someone else's clock. Instead, measure yourself against who you were yesterday. Are you a little wiser today than you were a week ago? Are you a little stronger, a little braver, a little more disciplined than you were a month ago? That is the only comparison that actually matters, and it is the only comparison that will ever bring you peace. Now, I want to speak about gratitude, because gratitude is one of the most powerful fuels for a positive mental attitude, and it is often the most overlooked. It is very easy to focus only on what is missing in your life. The job you do not have yet, the relationship that did not work out, the money you wish you had. Focusing only on what is missing trains your mind to constantly feel like something is wrong, like life is somehow unfair or incomplete. But gratitude flips that entire pattern. Gratitude trains your mind to notice what is already good, what is already working, what you already have to be thankful for. And here is something powerful. What you focus on tends to grow stronger in your awareness. If you focus on lack, you will notice more and more reasons to feel like you are lacking. But if you focus on gratitude, you will start noticing more and more reasons to feel thankful. This does not mean ignoring your goals or pretending everything is already perfect. It simply means learning to hold two things at the same time. You can be deeply grateful for what you already have while still working hard toward what you want next. These two things are not opposites. In fact, gratitude often gives you the emotional strength needed to keep pursuing your goals without becoming bitter or exhausted along the way. Try this simple practice. Each day, name 3 things you are grateful for, even on your hardest days. Especially on your hardest days. It might be as simple as having a roof over your head, a person who cares about you, or simply another chance to try again today. This small practice, repeated daily, slowly rewires your mind to notice the good, even in difficult seasons of life. Now, let me bring several of these ideas together, because they are not meant to work alone. They are meant to work as a team, supporting each other, strengthening each other. A clear purpose gives your positive mental attitude direction. Persistence keeps that attitude alive when progress feels slow. Faith allows you to trust the process, even during the invisible growing stage. Self-discipline protects your mind daily, the way a gardener protects a young plant from weeds. Gratitude fuels your emotional strength, so you do not burn out along the way. And action turns all of this inner strength into real, visible change in your outer life. None of these pieces work as well alone as they do together. A person with purpose but no persistence gives up too soon. A person with persistence but no faith becomes exhausted and bitter. A person with faith but no action simply dreams without ever building. But a person who combines all of these pieces together becomes something truly powerful. They become someone who is very difficult to stop, no matter what life throws at them. I want you to see yourself as that person starting today. Not someday, not when things get easier. Today, exactly as you are, with whatever challenges you are currently facing. You do not need permission to start building a positive mental attitude. You do not need someone else to believe in you first. You do not need perfect circumstances before you begin. All you truly need is a decision, made quietly and firmly within your own mind, that starting today, you are going to think differently, speak to yourself differently, and act differently. I have met many people over the years who transformed their entire lives, not because their circumstances suddenly became easy, but because they changed the way they responded to those circumstances. They stopped waiting for life to hand them permission to be happy, successful, or at peace. They simply decided, and then they built their lives around that decision, one thought and one action at a time. You have that same power inside you right now. This very moment, as you are listening to these words, you have the ability to make that same decision. You can decide that from this point forward, you are done feeding your mind with fear, doubt, and defeat. You are done letting a bad moment convince you that you are having a bad life. You are done waiting for someone else to give you permission to believe in yourself. Instead, you can decide right now that you are someone who keeps going. Someone who looks for the lesson inside every difficulty. Someone who speaks to themselves with patience and encouragement instead of harsh criticism. Someone who takes small, consistent action, even when the results are not visible yet. Someone who trusts that their effort is planting seeds that will eventually grow, even during the seasons when nothing seems to be happening on the surface. This decision will not remove every hard day from your future. There will still be storms. There will still be setbacks. There will still be moments where doubt tries to creep back in. But now you will have something powerful to meet those moments with. You will have a mind trained to search for strength instead of surrendering to fear. You will have a spirit trained to keep moving forward, one small step at a time, no matter how the road looks ahead of you. I want to leave you with one final thought before we close today. Somewhere out there, right now, someone is facing the exact same struggle you are facing, and they are about to give up. But you are not going to be that person. You are going to be the one who keeps going just one more day, one more attempt, one more small step, when everything inside them wants to quit. Your unbreakable, positive mental attitude is not built in one single moment. It is built brick by brick, thought by thought, choice by choice, every single day. And every single day that you choose to keep believing, keep trying, and keep moving forward, you are becoming someone stronger than you were the day before. So starting today, choose your thoughts carefully. Speak to yourself with kindness. Take one small action toward your dream, no matter how small it feels. Trust the process, even during the quiet seasons. And remind yourself, as often as you need to, that your story is not finished yet, and the best chapters may still be ahead of you. If this message inspired you today, subscribe to Zudda Principles and turn on notifications so you never miss our next motivational video. Share this video with someone who needs encouragement today. Remember, your future begins with the choices you make today. Until next time, keep believing in yourself and keep moving forward.